Welcome to the St. Croix Valley Athletic Association's Flag Football Referee Mechanics Training. In this session, we will review the standard officiating mechanics used across our league. These mechanics are designed to promote consistency, accuracy, and efficiency in every game. If you have any questions, please reach out to any member of the SCVAA Flag Football Board. During the presentation, we will be discussing the expectations we have for all referees and officials, the required equipment referees and officials are required to bring to the games, to highlight the two different field configurations we could use during the year, discuss the required and optional player equipment as well as the football sizes, review the game flow before, during, and after each contest, demonstrate the assignments for each referee or official based on the crew size, highlight the rule differences for various grade levels, and review the SCVAA weather policy. Let's take a moment to outline the three officiating roles used in SCVAA flag football and how they work together during a game. First, the head referee. This is the primary on-field official. The head ref is the main point of communications with both coaches, handles explanation of penalties, and manages the overall flow of the game. In a one-person crew, the head ref also keeps the game clock. Regardless of the crew size, the head ref is responsible for the 40-second play clock. Next is the rush judge. This is the second on-field referee. The rush judge works closely with the head ref to monitor the line of scrimmage, the rusher, and the defensive backfield action. In a two-person crew, the rush judge takes over responsibility for the game clock so the head ref can focus on game flow and the communication. Finally, the official. This role is positioned on the sideline. The official manages the down marker, keeps the sideline organized, and steps in to regulate any sideline conflicts. They also watch for rough and unsafe play, help mediate disagreements between on-field referees, and serve as a mentor, especially when newer referees are working games. In a three-person crew, the official is the one who maintains the game clock. Together, these three positions create a balanced crew where responsibilities are clearly defined, communication is streamlined, and the game runs smoothly and consistently. We will now cover the core expectations we have for every referee and official on game day. These standards help ensure that our league runs smoothly and every team gets a consistent experience. First, being on time and attentive is non-negotiable. Arrive early enough to check the field, meet your crew, and be ready for kickoff. Once the game starts, stay focused. Players and coaches rely on us to manage the game professionally. Next is attire. We expect all officials to wear the standard black and white striped officiating shirt provided by the league. Pair that with black shorts or pants and closed-toe athletic shoes. No sandals or flip-flops. If you choose to wear a hat, it should be black. The goal is to look uniform and professional and easily identifiable. Know the rules and mechanics is essential. That includes flag football rules, SCVAA specific modifications, and the mechanics we're teaching in this training. The more confident you are in the rules, the smoother the game will run. Communication is another key expectation. Use clear, decisive signals and verbal explanations. Coaches and players respond better when they understand what you're calling and why. And finally, respect. Treat players and coaches with professionalism at all times, even in tense moments. We set the tone. Respectful interactions help keep the game safe, positive, and fun for everyone involved. These expectations apply to every official, every game. They're the foundation of consistent, high-quality officiating across our league. This is the essential equipment every referee must have for each game. All of these items are provided by the league, and you should check that you have them before stepping onto the field. First is the yellow penalty flag. This is your primary tool for signaling fouls. Make sure it is easily accessible so you can throw it quickly and confidently when needed. Next is the stopwatch. This is critical for managing the game clock in the mechanics you are assigned to. Even if another official is responsible for the clock, always have your stopwatch ready as a backup. Your whistle is your control device. Use it to start and stop play, signal dead balls, and get players' attention. A strong, clear whistle helps maintain order and keeps the game flowing. The wrist down indicator is what you'll use to track the current down. This ensures accuracy and prevents confusion, especially during fast-moving drives. Every official should know how to use it properly, and each ref should use it independently to keep track of the downs. The beanbag is used to mark the line of scrimmage and the rush line. It helps maintain consistent placement and gives players and coaches a clear visual for reference. Finally, the penalty card. This provides a quick reference of the penalty information for each foul. Having all of this equipment and knowing how to use it helps you officiate confidently and consistently across every game. The standard field will be 70 yards long by 25 yards wide, including the two 10-yard end zones. The line to gain can be at one of 2 points on the field, either the midfield marker where the offense will be awarded a new set of downs, or the end zone where the offense will score a touchdown. For all change of possessions, except for an interception in any division, or a turnover on downs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, 8th grade divisions, the offense will start on their 5-yard line with the line to gain at the midfield marker. If the line of scrimmage is placed within 5 yards of the midfield line to gain marker, the offense is now within the no-run zone, and the ball must cross the line of scrimmage on a pass. Handoffs, passes, and running behind the line of scrimmage is allowed, as long as the ball is passed across the line of scrimmage. Once the ball crosses the midfield line to gain and a fresh set of downs is awarded, the line to gain and no rush zone shift to the end zone. Even if a penalty or sack pushes the line of scrimmage back behind the midfield marker, the only no-run zone the offense is obligated to observe is the 5 yards prior to the end zone line to gain. Please note that the kindergarten first grade division will not use the no-run zones. They may run the ball from any position on the field. The one-way or half field will be 40 yards long by 25 yards wide, including the 10-yard end zone. These fields will primarily be used for the kindergarten first grade division, but could be used for any division if field space is needed. There will only be one line to gain on the field, at the end zone where the offense will score a touchdown. For all change of possessions, including an interception or turnover on downs, the offense will start on the starting line of scrimmage, with the line to gain at the end zone marker. The offensive team will always travel in the same direction. This will require teams to change sides on each change of possession. There are no punts on a one-way field. Teams will have 4 downs to reach the end zone. If a team fails to convert a touchdown, the possession will change, and the ball will be placed on the starting line of scrimmage. There are no safeties on a one-way field. If a ball carrier's flag is pulled or stepped out of bounds behind the starting line of scrimmage, the ball is ruled dead and placed at the starting line of scrimmage. Interceptions are dead balls and not returnable. The intercepting team will be awarded the ball on the starting line of scrimmage. Now let's review the player equipment requirements and football sizes used in our league. All players will be issued a flag belt and a jersey and shorts that will be theirs to keep. These will be required to participate in all games. The jerseys are two-sided. The home team will wear the darker side of their jersey, while the visiting team will wear the lighter side. Jerseys must also be tucked into the shorts to avoid confusion. A referee can call an untucked jersey as flag guarding if it appears to impact the play. Mouth guards are required whenever a player is on the field, including games, warm-ups, or practices. Although this is non-contact football, incidental contact can occur, and we strive to avoid injury whenever possible. All shoes must be closed-toe style and secure. Sandals or slip-on shoes like Crocs are not allowed. Cleats can be worn, but cannot have any exposed metal. Players must remove all jewelry, except for medical alert bracelets. If glasses are worn, they must be athletically approved construction with shatterproof lenses. Players are allowed, but not required, to wear soft shell helmets as long as they are always secure while the player is on the field. Elbow or knee pads and gloves are allowed. However, any brace with exposed metal or hard casts will not be allowed. Footballs will be provided to the coaches by the league. These will be NFL flag football, blue Pee-wee size footballs for the key first grade, second, and third grade divisions, and brown junior size footballs for the 4th, 5th, and 6th, 8th grade divisions. The home team will provide the game ball. Game balls cannot be intentionally altered in any manner and must maintain an inflation pressure between 4 and 6 psi. Coaches are responsible for ensuring compliance with equipment guidelines at all times for the safety of their players. Officials will remove any player from the game that doesn't conform to the equipment guidelines. Players may re-enter the game when their equipment is in compliance. However, the game will not be suspended while a player is fixing an equipment issue. In the next 2 slides, we will walk through the game flow and key timing rules we follow during the game. 10 minutes before kickoff, the officiating crew meets. This is where we review mechanics, confirm who has which responsibilities, check equipment, and make sure everyone is aligned. This is also the time to walk the field and make sure it's safe and properly set up. At the 5-minute mark, we meet with both coaches. We review key rules, identify team captains, check flags and belts, and answer any last-minute questions. This meeting sets the tone for sportsmanship and communication. 2 minutes before kickoff, bring the team captains to midfield for a game of rock, paper, scissors. The winner chooses offense or defense. The loser chooses which end zone to defend. Whichever team starts the first half on offense will automatically start the second half on defense. And at halftime, teams will switch end zones. Each half is 25 minutes with a continuously running clock. The only time the clock stops is during timeouts. Halftime is 5 minutes long. After the ready-to-play signal, the offense has 40 seconds to snap the ball. The head referee will stand over the ball until everything is set, which includes the rush line being marked and substitutions being completed. Once everything is ready, blow the whistle, step back, and start the 40-second count. Use your stopwatch for all timing. Once the ball is snapped, the quarterback has 7 seconds to throw or hand the ball off. This is an audible count by the head referee. If the 7 seconds expire before the pass or handoff, the result is an incomplete pass. Each team gets one 60-second timeout per half. These are the only times the game clock stops during regular play. Following this game flow keeps the contest moving and ensures consistency across all SCVAA fields and crew. The game is tied at the end of regulation. We move into overtime. We allow up to 3 overtime periods. In the first overtime, each team gets a PAT attempt, and the coach chooses the distance. In the second overtime, both teams attempt a PAT from the 10-yard line. If the game is still tied after that, the third overtime is decided by the longest play. Whichever team gains the most yardage on a single play wins. Anytime the play is dead, blow your whistle firmly and confidently. A strong whistle prevents confusion and keeps players safe. There are no fumbles in our league. If the ball hits the ground, the play is dead at that spot. There is also no stripping. Defenders cannot pull the ball from a ball carrier's hands. If a receiver and a defender gain simultaneous possession of a pass, the offense is awarded the catch. If you blow the whistle by mistake, stop the play immediately. We'll reset the ball and replay the down, unless the offense chooses to take the play result up to the whistle. Clear communication is key here. Quarterback cannot run past the line of scrimmage unless they are rushed and they are not in the no-run zone. Once the ball is handed off or thrown, all defensive players become eligible to rush. Any pass thrown behind the line of scrimmage can either be forward or backward. Once the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, possession cannot change. That means no offensive laterals, and if the ball carrier loses the ball, nobody can recover it, even if it doesn't touch the ground. This keeps the game safe and simplifies plays for younger athletes. This slide explains how to manage a full game when you're the only on-field official. In a one-person crew, the head referee is responsible for everything: time management, pre-snap responsibilities, post-snap coverage, and spotting the ball. The key is staying organized and anticipating the next phase of play. As the solo referee, you manage both the 25-minute game clock and the 40-second play clock. Good time management helps keep the game flowing and prevents confusion. Before the snap, your first responsibility is the offensive side of the ball. You officiate the line of scrimmage and the backfield. Count 5 offensive players to ensure the formation is legal. Set the line of scrimmage markers so both teams have a clear reference point. Then shift your attention to the defensive count. Count 5 defensive players and establish the 10-yard rush line using your beanbag. Make sure defenders are behind that rush line until the ball is snapped. This prevents early rushes and keeps the play fair. Once the ball is snapped, your eyes go to the quarterback, the rusher, and the backfield. You stay with that action until the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. You're also responsible for the 7-second pass clock. This is an audible count, so be loud and consistent. When the play ends, you determine the spot of the ball. Accurate spotting is critical in a one-person system because you are the only official marking progress. After the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, transition your attention to the defenders. Backpedal to maintain a safe angle and officiate flagpole attempts, flag guarding, and contact. Again, you finish the play by determining the correct spot. In a one-person crew, your movement, positioning, and awareness are everything. You're responsible for the entire field, so staying calm, consistent, and decisive is the key to running a smooth game. This slide explains how responsibilities are divided when we have a two-person referee crew. The head referee and rush judge each have specific pre-snap and post-snap duties, and good communication between the two is essential for smooth game flow. The head referee manages the 40-second play clock. This includes giving the ready-to-play signal. The rush judge manages the 25-minute game clock. This includes starting and stopping the clock appropriately and keeping the game on schedule. Before the snap, the head referee focuses on the offensive side of the ball. That includes officiating the line of scrimmage and the backfield, counting 5 offensive players, and setting the line of scrimmage marker. This ensures the offense is properly aligned and legal. Before the snap, the rush judge focuses on the defensive side. They count 5 defensive players, set the rush line marker, and ensure rushing defenders are behind the 10-yard rush line until the snap. This prevents early rushing and maintains fairness. After the snap, the head referee stays with the quarterback and the offensive backfield action until the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. The head referee also handles the 7-second pass clock. On short plays, typically anything under 10 yards, the head referee is responsible for the end of play spot. Once the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, the rush judge backpedals to maintain good angle and officiates the defensive action. On long plays, typically 10 yards or more, the rush judge is responsible for the end of play spot. In a two-person crew, the key is staying in your lane. Each official has a defined area of responsibility, and when both officials trust the system and communicate clearly, the game runs smoothly and consistently. This slide explains how responsibilities shift when we move to a three-person crew. The head referee and rush judge keep the same core duties they have in a two-person system, but now we add an official on the sideline who takes on the game clock management and sideline monitoring responsibilities. The head referee's responsibilities remain the same as in the two-person mechanics. They manage the 40-second play clock, officiate the offensive backfield, handle the 7-second pass clock, and take the short yardage spots. Their focus is still the quarterback and the backfield action until the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. The rush judge also keeps the same responsibilities as in the two-person system, with one key difference. They no longer manage the 25-minute game clock. Their pre-snap focus is still the defensive side, counting 5 defenders, setting the rush line, and ensuring proper alignment. Post-snap, they officiate defensive pursuit and take the long yardage spots. In a three-person crew, the official takes over the 25-minute game clock. This frees the rush judge to focus entirely on defensive mechanics and downfield coverage. Before the snap, the official sets and manages the down marker. They also monitor the sidelines, making sure players and coaches are in their proper area, substitutions happen cleanly, and everyone conducts themselves in a sportsmanlike manner. After the snap, the official watches the entire field of play with a special focus on the ball carrier. They look for rough play, illegal contact, and anything happening along the sidelines. They also mediate referee conferences when calls need clarification and provide feedback to on-field referees, especially newer officials. In a three-person crew, the goal is coverage and clarity. Each official has a defined lane, and when all three work together, communicating clearly and trusting the mechanics, the game runs smoother, safer, and more consistently than ever. To assist in player development and simplify the game for younger teams, we have adopted grade-based guidelines for certain aspects of the game. No run zones will be enforced for all divisions except the kindergarten first grade division. The K1 teams are free to run the ball from any position on the field. The 4th, 5th grade, and 6th to 8th grade divisions will have the option to surrender possession of the football on 4th down, referred to as a punt. These divisions risk turning the ball over at the spot of the ball if they don't convert on 4th down. For the kindergarten 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade divisions, declaring a punt is unnecessary because a turnover on downs results in their opponent taking possession on their 5-yard line. Defensive rushing is allowed for all divisions except the kindergarten first grade division. If the defense rushes, crossing the line of scrimmage and pursuing the quarterback is free to run with the ball as long as the ball wasn't originally spotted in the no-run zone. Only the kindergarten first grade division will be allowed one redo of a bad snap per half. A bad snap in any other division will be treated like a fumble, with the ball spotted where it touched the ground. In the K first grade division, the center will also be allowed to snap the ball from the side. All other divisions must snap the ball between the center's legs. SCVAA has defined weather-related policies. As referees, our job is to follow SCVAA's posted guidelines and support coaches in making safe decisions. The league sets the standards, and we enforce them consistently on the field. All weather decisions start with the SCVAA's official policies, which are posted on the league's website. These policies outline how we handle severe weather, heat, air quality, and field conditions. Referees should be familiar with these guidelines before arriving on the field. For severe weather, especially lightning, the rule is simple. If you hear thunder, you clear the field immediately. Safety comes first. There's no waiting to see lightning or guessing how close the storm is. Coaches are responsible for making pre-game decisions and in-game cancellations. As referees, we can and should conference with coaches if weather conditions are deteriorating, but the final decision belongs to them. If a game is delayed due to weather, it will not resume that day. The coaches will handle rescheduling. Heat index decisions are made by the league. If the league determines conditions are unsafe, games will be delayed or canceled well in advance of the contest. Air quality is also determined by the league. If the AQI levels exceed safe thresholds, the league will communicate cancellations. Field conditions, such as standing water, unsafe surfaces, or damage, are likewise determined by the league. If the league closes fields, we will follow that directive. The key takeaway is that the referees enforce the policies, but we don't make the weather decisions. Our role is to stay aware, communicate clearly with the coaches, and prioritize player safety at all times. Of course, coaches are always free to agree to postpone a contest at any time if they feel conditions are unsafe to continue. That brings us to the end of our flag football referee mechanics training. Thank you for your attention and for the commitment you bring to our league. Our games run smoothly because of officials like you who show up prepared, stay focused, and take pride in the job being done well. If you have any questions, need clarification on anything we've covered today, or want additional guidance as the season gets underway, please reach out. The best way to contact us is by email at flagfootball@scvaa.org. We're here to support you, and we appreciate everything you do to make SCVAA flag football a great experience for our players, coaches, and families.